We feel like we're going to play for sure. That's what we feel like. We haven't been told that we are for sure yet, but we've been preparing like we're going to play. So hopefully we will play. We're treating today like Thursday, so we're right into the normal preparation period, and it's going to be difficult because they do some very unusual things that you don't see very often. You can't get ready for it in a week, and we have a short period of time. So hopefully we play hard enough to keep the score under control, and we have a chance to outscore them. You like to play triple option teams with 2 weeks preparation at least, yes.
Coach, how's Paul Walker? Is he going to play?
Yeah, he was cleared yesterday to play.
Who's going to start?
Mm-hmm.
Will he also return kickoffs?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you foresee Eric Judge sort of working in with him?
I think Eric will get a few more reps than they did in the first 4 games.
Rocky, is this kind of a weird deal? I mean, with the whole shutdown, you guys, did you kind of tell your kids from the beginning, like, didn't even bring up the fact of not playing just so they wouldn't have any doubt in their mind and so they just focus?
No, you had to address the issue because they know what's going on. I mean, they listen to the radio, they listen to TV, they look on their iPads, and they find out that the Air Force said that we weren't going to play. So I think that they've been kind of in limbo too, even though we said that we're pretty sure we're going to play. We believe we're going to play, and we got to prepare that way. You don't know what the kids are thinking. You don't have any idea what they're thinking. And they believe what they want to believe no matter what I say most of the time.
But you tried to figure out the Jekyll Hyde thing about this team.
We've tried to figure it out. Obviously, we haven't hit the right points, or we wouldn't be so inconsistent.
Any thoughts on it? As to why?
No, it's probably a psychological deal, and that's way out of my expertise.
Do you feel like the last game might have helped you turn a corner, or do you feel like that's still to be determined?
No, I think that we played our most complete game against Oregon State. I mean, we played well all the way up until the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. New Mexico State, we played terrible the first half and played pretty good the second half. Against Nevada, we played pretty good football for 3 quarters. And in the fourth quarter, we couldn't score any points, and we couldn't stop them. And then we played really good in overtime. So your guess for that is as good as mine.
How much does being on the road amplify that psychological state? If you are Jekyll, if you are high on the road, or if you are high sometimes, just being on the road accentuate that?
I don't think it makes any difference. We don't treat road games any different than we do at home. I don't think our players treat it any different or think of it any different. It's just another game to play, and I don't think our players think about it. I think our players prepare as well as they can prepare, and they all have different ways of emotionally getting ready to play the game. And I think that the majority of players go out there with confidence and expect to play well. Not every player does, but most players go out there with confidence and expect to play well. And sometimes things don't go right, and so now you have to have a competitive spirit to keep fighting, even though when they don't go right, you got to make it better the next play you're out there.
It seems to me, I could be wrong. Eastern Illinois, New Mexico State, you came out flat. I wonder if play down to your opponents sometimes, whether that's conscious or not. There seems to be a little bit of a pattern.
I disagree with that. You can call it flat, however you want to call it. I don't believe that. Eastern Illinois was a much, much better football team than we gave them credit for. Just go back and see what they're doing now and look at their scores. They were a much better football team. New Mexico State completely changed what they did on defense, which didn't allow our offense. Now we didn't adjust quick enough on offense. Okay, and that's probably a combination of not having enough time on the sidelines to adjust and players not being able to until we could sit them down and actually adjust to the deal. Okay, so I don't agree that we came out flat.
You've been up there many times. What are your thoughts playing at 7?
I don't worry about it. I don't think about it. There's nothing you can do about it, so why even think about it?
Players think about it?
Nah.
I know you touched on it after
It's not basketball. They actually get to take breaks, and even though Air Force is they try to go fast pace. They try to do everything at the line of scrimmage. On offense, they try to. So they go. I mean, it's not like you're running a mile or anything. It's short bursts. They're fine. It's no big deal.
Coach, how do you feel like Adam Wilmot, what he showed in the last game sort of signifies that he's healed from that ankle injury and that it's kind of back?
He looked like his old self last week, and I hope he looks like his old self Thursday night, because with the addition of Pumphrey and him, they complement each other very, very well and make it really hard on defenses. If Adam plays well, we'll have a chance to win.
And how about Chase Price? Is he going to be playing?
I don't know that yet. I don't think so. I think
Practice, though, right?
he practiced a little bit. I think he's probably not going to play until after our break.
What are your thoughts on playing true freshmen like Pumphrey? You've never really been playing true freshmen.
Yeah, I don't. That's the way of the world now. I don't. I guess I don't like it, but if they can help your football team, you play them. I think we have 4 freshmen playing, and they're playing quite a bit too. Yeah.
With Billy Vaughn, I mean, he played that first game and he hasn't really played since. Was he hurt?
Yeah, he had his shoulder operated on.
What happened?
He had a bad shoulder from high school that wasn't getting any better.
What's his expected return?
Next season or spring practice. So he'll be redshirted.
Maybe.
I mean, he only played in 1 game.
When you saw the schedule, you saw that you had 2 short weeks in a row. First, how did you react to that?
Once again, it's something I have no control over. So you don't worry about it. You go on about your business.
But I think you said after Friday's game that it's borderline danger. What are the
Well, I think it's not good for players. Okay, but nobody has control over your scheduling except our league office. I think has a little bit of control, but TV basically tells you when to play, who you play, and what time you play. So we have no control over it, so we don't worry about it. But if I was a guy making rules, I think it's dangerous for players to play 3 games in 13 days. That's a personal opinion.
dangerous in what regard?
I think they're tired, sore, and beat up. You normally play 2 games in 14 days. Well, we're playing 3 games in 13 days.
Is it different? Because
So now, so is Air Force now.
right.
Air Force is too now.
Because part of me wonders if it's maybe better to have played Friday to have 1 more day to recover than as opposed to going Saturday, Thursday. Now you're going Friday, Thursday.
I don't think it makes a darn bit of difference when you play 3 games in 13 days. It's the same wear and tear on your body without the normal rest period.
So, Coach, you didn't have any full, contact practices this week, right? It was pretty much almost like a glorified walkthrough.
We haven't since 2 games ago. We haven't since New Mexico State. We haven't had any full contact practices. I thought you saw something in last week's game too. I thought the blocking was shabby, and I thought the tackling was really bad early in the game. And that's what happens when you don't get to practice. I mean, we're practicing. Don't get me wrong, but it's all without pads and it's all mental. Even though we're running around, nobody's tackling anybody. Nobody's really running into anybody. And I think it really hurts your fundamentals.
Well, you said on Sunday after that practice that the team was they came to play, but they weren't really full of energy. How Monday go?
They were more excited. They were more excited yesterday. Sunday's practice, they were there to practice, but you could tell they didn't want to be there. Yesterday, they seemed like they were pretty excited about being there and getting ready to play in the game.
You mentioned how Air Force they're tough to prepare for, especially when it comes to scout teamwork and just trying to set the offensive right from where your first team defense is getting a good look at it. How do your scout team, I guess, do these first scouts? It must be pretty tough.
Well, because first of all, it's hard to show what Air Force does on offense, even if you're in pads and doing it full speed. It's almost impossible to show it when you're not doing it full speed. So all we got out of it was we got to see the actions of the play and got to line up the formations. That's all we were able to do.
Is that bad?
Oh, I think that gives them a huge advantage because they're going to run the same plays they run every week since they started training camp.
Coach Toledo mentioned that they're unique on defense as well. Like, can you elaborate on that a little bit? I know you obviously haven't watched as much of their defense.
Yeah, I watch their defense in the offseason because I think they have some really good ideas. They're a team that gives you pressure without playing man coverage. So they do a lot of things by moving guys around, and part of it is because they're so intelligent. They move guys around and put them in different spots depending on the formation you're in that take away your best plays. Okay? And then they never lock up man-to-man, so when you do throw the ball, they're in all sort of different kind of zones that are hard to find out where the open guy is.
So that's also hard to prepare for in a short week.
It's almost impossible to prepare for in a short week. They have a much more standard thing to adjust to in their short week than we do. Now, they have a short week too. They're not practicing either the right way. They're practicing without pads and they're doing it all mental. But what we do on offense, they see a lot. What they do on offense, we don't see very much. What we do on defense, they see quite a bit. What they do on defense, we don't see very much.
So you're saying basically they're impossible to prepare for?
No, give us 2 weeks and you can prepare like crazy, yeah. Or give us a bowl game to prepare for them and we're just fine, yeah.
But in this instance, really hard.
I think it's very difficult. It's even difficult when you have a normal week. So it's almost impossible when you don't have a normal week.
When at the 4 straight games over 200 yards, I think he's getting real comfortable running the offense. He's in a good place for you guys.
I think he feels more comfortable every time he goes out there. Every practice he goes out there, every game he goes out there, I think he feels more comfortable.
People might call this game a trap game. Do you believe in terms like that?
No, I don't believe in games like that. I guess I've never been on a team that was so good that we had to worry about it. I've been the coach of some pretty good teams, but we were never 10-0 or 11-0 trying to go 12-0. I've never been on one of those teams.
You did mention a possible psychological situation in terms of the Jekyll and Hyde nature, so I'm just wondering if that would.
No, I was on one really good team. We went, what did we go, 11-2 at UCLA, and I never saw a trap game. I don't know. I don't know where it came from. Probably some coach said that one time trying to explain something he didn't know nothing about. Yeah, maybe not.
Because you get the kids to watch more film when they're off time this weekend. How did they kind of make sure they do that and how prepared?
Okay, let's and I'm not. Air Force probably has it worse than we do. Our players don't have any more time to watch film. They're not pro football players. They actually have to go to class. They actually have to go to study halls. Some of our kids go to church on Sunday. They don't have any more time to watch film than they normally do. Pro football players can watch more film because they don't work all day long. Our kids are busy from the time half of our kids lifted weights this morning at 6 o'clock so they could be at class at 8. They've got classes all the way till noon. They eat lunch. They come over here at 2:30. There's no extra time. As soon as practice is over, guess what? They go eat dinner. They come back for study hall. There is no extra time for them to watch film.
So with that,
And Air Force has probably got it worse than that. Let's be honest. They're a little more disciplined and they have a little stricter schedule than we do. So they probably have less chance to watch film.
with that, do your kids miss more classes when you guys play on a weekday?
Oh, certainly they do.
Because they're not going to get.
We don't miss when we play on Saturdays. Football is the best sport in college. We don't miss a class because we don't leave until Friday afternoon and we come back Saturday after the game. Football players don't miss class unless they play Thursday night games or Friday night games. Now, you don't miss class if you're at home. But you sure miss class if you play Friday night or Thursday night on the road. But it's nothing like basketball or baseball or any. I mean, those poor kids miss all kinds of class.
Networks don't care.
I guess they don't.
Anything else for Coach?
One last one. If you don't play Thursday, do we know all the money spent in hotels and things like that? Is that
Our athletic director, I know it's a huge cost, and I was at a function where our athletic director estimated it to be $125,000 we would be out. And then obviously they're going to try to schedule the game for a week from Saturday. So you have to add that, and I guess another $125 if we move it to the next Saturday.
It's all right if you're Ohio State.
They don't like to lose that much money either, but they've got it. They've got it to spend, and we probably don't.